Hey photographer, Jessica Whitaker here, and in this video, I want to have the conversation about when is the best time to upgrade your camera gear. This could be one camera, adding in a lens, switching bodies, switching brands completely. When is the best time for you to upgrade? I want to thank KEH Camera for sponsoring this video. KEH is where you can buy and sell used camera equipment. They have thousands upon thousands of inventory of gently used film and digital camera gear. You are able to save up to 40% off retail when you opt for gently used equipment. Now, I know what you're thinking. Used camera gear, doesn't that mean it's broken, damaged, or it's really old? Not the case at all, because chances are if somebody is selling their gear, it's just because it's taking up room in their camera bag or collecting dust on a bookshelf. And maybe they're like you and they're wanting to make an upgrade. So why not sell your camera for cash or put it towards store credit? KEH has also recently introduced a trade program as well as a repair. And if at the end of this video you decide that you do want to buy a new piece of equipment, then I encourage you to sell using KEH. It's much safer than social media marketplaces or third-party auction sites, which typically favor the buyer over the seller. I have an entire post on why I believe that selling with KEH is the best way to go. KEH Camera will be linked down below, as well as a coupon code. When you buy and when you sell, you'll get a bonus. Even if you're not looking to buy right at the moment, KEH is a great resource to have in your back pocket. Let's get into the video. When should you upgrade your camera gear? Number one, I believe when you are being booked consistently. When you're booked consistently, you're able to see the cost per photo shoot associated with a piece of equipment. And how you can calculate this is take the total amount that it will cost for you to purchase and then divide it by the number of shoots you have booked for the next month, 3-month, quarter. This is up to you how you want to do the time span of the cost per photo shoot, but this is a great way to see if you will be able to make back that money before the end of the year. Number two, it's important for us to use financial wisdom when it comes to buying camera gear. You shouldn't just make a purchase just because there's a new model out. Don't drain your bank account to make a purchase just because there's a new model of your current camera. That's not financial wisdom. You don't need the latest and greatest to create or to have a successful business. I highly recommend setting up a savings plan to work towards the goal of purchasing a new item. Now, this might not apply to you. Maybe you have the ability to go out and add a lens to your collection, no worries. But for a lot of us, it's important for us to slow down and plan out a big purchase. But with KEH Camera, because you can save up to 40% off, maybe you will be able to make that purchase sooner rather than later, or maybe you might even be able to get that 1.2 instead of the 1.4 because of how much you are able to save. Number three is a mindset shift that we need to implement. It's in the same vein of using financial wisdom, and that's being a conscious consumer. We have to realize that the technology space, which does include photography, is always going to tell us that you need new this, new that, you need to buy this updated version of your camera or your business will fall behind. That's all marketing, and it's not true. It's important for us to make decisions for ourselves and not allow marketing and promotions to tell us what we need for our business. And maybe you do want the newest model of Canon's R series or the new Sony camera. Maybe you're like me and you have a 5D Mark IV Canon camera and you're eyeing that new R series that Canon has recently rolled out. It might make sense for you to make that jump because you're skipping over several R camera bodies to get the newest, to go from the Mark IV to the newest version. Maybe that makes sense for you, and that's totally okay. It's fine to want things. It's all about making an educated decision for yourself, something that is not going to set you back financially, but rather buying a piece of gear that will propel your business forward using wisdom and planning. And guess what? You can still buy that newest version used on KEH Camera, and you can still save a couple $100s. They don't just have older versions. Just because it's used doesn't mean it's old. Maybe somebody bought that new R series and they decided they want to switch to Sony. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe they need to use that money to pay off some kind of bill or loan. You can see there's lots of different reasons why people sell and why people sell new gear in addition to a bit older gear. You can browse their inventory using the link in the description box below. Number 4, when you have outgrown your current gear, it might be time for an upgrade. Let's say you have been shooting on a Canon Rebel, an entry-level camera, for a while now, and you want to bring your business forward quality-wise. There is a difference with the image quality that a Canon Rebel can produce versus a Mark IV. And it doesn't mean that if you are currently shooting with a Rebel, your images are bad quality, but they can only go so far as low lighting and the capabilities that if you're doing wedding photography, perhaps you might need to be able to shoot at a higher ISO or even have larger megapixels so that your clients can print out the photos on a big canvas. The Canon Rebel is a fantastic entry-level camera, and I'm sure that it has served you well. But if you are looking to make that upgrade, then in that case, it makes sense because you have outgrown your gear. You have used your camera equipment to the best, to the maximum ability, and that is fantastic. Or maybe it's time to add a new lens into the mix, an 85mm, or maybe you're looking to go from a 50mm 1.8 to a 1.4 or even a 1.2. Photographer. With our new mindset, financial wisdom, and being a conscious consumer, buying used, which is also better for the planet and your wallet, you will be able to come to a decision that you feel good about. Because adding a new lens to your collection or upgrading your body is something to celebrate, it's something to be excited about, it's something to inspire us and motivate us. So the question, when should you upgrade? You probably have an answer now. Keeping in mind, are you being booked consistently? Will you be able to get a good use out of that piece of equipment with the cost per photo shoot? Are you using financial wisdom? Are you being a conscious consumer? And lastly, number 4, when you have outgrown your gear. With all that being said, before you click add to cart when buying new, consider purchasing gently used on KEH Camera. You can browse the Build and Bloom Photography Facebook group for reviews about how with KEH, people have purchased the bargain tier and it's been in great quality. The next video I want you to watch is my 3 budget lenses. I've rounded up 3 lenses for a variety of different types of photography, from landscape to weddings to portraits to product and bloggers. I'm covering it all. You can watch it using the link down below in the description box or clicking the iCard above on the screen. Don't forget to check out KEH Camera to browse their inventory of used camera equipment, or maybe to sell your current kit and put that money towards something new for your collection. Gently used, but new for you. You can use the coupon code JWShop for 5% off with your purchase on KEH Camera, or JWSell for a 5% bonus when you sell. If you're looking to join a kind, encouraging, and inclusive photography community, check out the Build and Bloom Photography Facebook group. It's free to join, and I would love to see you there. Follow along over on Instagram at Jessica Whitaker for daily tips, tools, and resources for your photography business. Be sure to hit subscribe so that you're the first to know when a new free video for your photography business comes out, because I make them every single week. I believe in you and I believe in your business, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.